Welcome. Good day. Hello. Nice to see you. Yeah, you should see me and hear me by now. Yeah. All right. So, sorry, I still have to let people in. But so maybe as a first information, just as an information, the meeting today is recorded, but there will be only the audio and my picture will be recorded. So if you want to say something, it'll be online, but you can also write a question in the chat and I will read it out then, hopefully anonymously. Yes, otherwise just feel free to turn on your microphone and speak. That's of course the easiest for me. Still people coming. All right. So apart from that, there basically is not much to say because there is no message. There is nothing, there is no teaching, which basically means that I don't have anything to say. There isn't anyone here who knows anything or who has achieved anything, and there isn't anyone over there who is separate and needs to achieve anything. Basically, that whole dream of I need to get something, or there is some kind of realization possible, that there is some kind of additional realization possible, all that impression belongs to a dream. And very simply spoken, the dream is I am. And seen from the person, so to speak, it feels real. It seems to be a real experience, some presence, I am, that there is something in here which I am. Of course, in contrast and in separation to everything else. So the personal experience is there is something which is me and everything else is not me. But all those things, me and all the other things which are not, are now here, are real, do exist in space and time as things, so to speak. So basically it's me and the room, me and the world, me and the body, me and my life, me and my partner, me and my thoughts. So that's an experience seen from the person, that's an experienced reality, and the sense of experiencing seems to give it validity. That what seems or what makes it appear real, of course only within the setup of experiencing, because outside of that, so to speak, there isn't anything. There isn't anything which is aware of experiencing. There isn't anything which is aware of the me or something called me. So awareness, self-awareness, self-knowledge, self-consciousness is a dream. It's a dreamt reality. Sorry, I have to still leave people in at the side. And self-knowledge, self-awareness, all this would be the sense to be, the sense to be something. I am, basically. And how I started with the whole seeking energy, this whole impression that there is anything to be realized, that there is a realization possible in this world, so to speak, only takes place for this apparent instance, for this me. So what this message is saying is not trying to tell you what to do, what to not do. It's not speaking to you in order for you to behave in the right way. It's not trying to give a key. It's not trying to make something obvious for you. Apparently, this is just pointing out that there isn't anyone in the first place. Yes, it's exactly this which seems to be real, which may feel real, which doesn't have any substance at all. It's not there. I can't explain that. It's not logical. However, when this illusion drops, so to speak, when this sense just apparently collapses, it's just not there anymore, which is a story. But in the end, it's obvious it hasn't been there all the time. There is no one. There is no me. There's no one separate. Nothing has been lost. Nothing needs to be found. This is it. This is everything. And it's nothing and everything. And it's whole and complete. Sitting in front of a screen, being you, being me, without anyone having the experience of being that. It's just that. Ooh, this was long today. However, that's basically all I have to say.
Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Hi. I didn't know I was going to say anything, and then I just wanted to say this now because everything you've said just seems to confirm something that apparently happened on Saturday. So I was cycling to a osteopath's appointment, and on the way there, I had the thought that I've got to go and buy some. This is relevant. Okay, well, kind of relevant. I thought I've got to buy some aubergines and some garlic on the way home. But the significance is that I had that. I thought that I had that thought, right? Anyway, somewhere during the session, Graham, the osteopath's got his elbow in my back or something, and there was just the thought about buying the aubergines and the garlic. There was nothing else. I completely, well, there was just that thought. It was everything. There was nothing. It wasn't a peak experience. It wasn't that suddenly I got into the massage and, you know, kind of like accepted it or anything like that. There was just completely ordinary, but that's all that there was. And the only reason I can report on that is because I kind of like came back or seemed to re-emerge from it and think, wow, what the fuck was that? You know, it was, so it was extraordinary in its ordinariness, but but you know, the thing is, I've been on, you know, I've met you before, I've been on these things before, and I thought that, you know, I thought maybe I'd had glimpses in the past, and I thought I've had peak experiences, and I thought, oh, this is about being in the flow, this is about all these things, but it's none of that. It's none of that. I know that what happened has no significance and it's not meaningful. I get all that, but it's interesting in that it was useful to me, and again, you know, I'm back, in kind of saying that at least it confirmed that what you're saying is, what's the word I'm looking for? It is completely undescribable. But until then, I was sitting here thinking, yeah, right. I bet you know, kind of like it seemed unbelievable. But actually, it is unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the following day, I had to go to accident and emergency, and it doesn't matter why, but anyway. But I'm sitting in the accident and emergency, and it's like I'm in and out like a yo-yo. You know, sometimes I'm there's just sitting in the accident and emergency. It's everything. And there's no drama about it. There's no story about it. There's no, oh, what's going to happen and all this. There's just sitting in the waiting room, and then there's all the other stuff comes up. But again, you know, nothing to do with that. I just wanted to. It's not an experience. It's not an experience.
Yeah, Yes.
I guess I'm adding significance to it only in that it's confirming to me what you've said.
Well, yeah, yeah, whatever. I mean, of course, the person will do that, but on the other hand, it just was what it was, and it was quite obvious that it's just none of all the other things, so to speak, like a flow or what the person would expect, what it is, so to speak, or how it would feel, or how it would look like. No, it's just not. Yeah, that can be quite impressing in a way, which of course is meaningless and all that stuff, but it was what it was, so to speak. Apparently no one there.
Yeah, I remember Tony saying once that for him, when he had that moment walking through the park, it was kind of like he'd suspected this, you know, he kind of like in his own personal seeking, whatever you want to call it, he kind of suspected this oneness. And so that, I don't know, there was a I think all of you talk about this kind of sense of something underneath all of the, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find the words, but that's yeah. Right. So good to see you. Take care.
Yeah. Nice to see you. And thanks for the confirmation.
Yeah, you're not a fraud, Alex. You're not a fraud, mate. It's true.
All right. So I got a question in the chat. I try to read it out. It's quite a long one. Okay. Hi, Andreas. It seems that some people are talking about the same thing as you do, but then there are some twists that make me doubt. It's about a person. For example, Lisa Cairns. On the one hand, she's saying there is no perceiver or experiencer in the body, no separate entity. There is nothing looking out of my eyes, nobody having an experience right now. This is basically what you are saying. But then she goes on, there is only empty perception happening, a sense of being that is always around. You are that boundlessness experiencing itself as form, as this character that you think you are. The character is an appearance that appears to something beyond words. The character cannot look back at it, but it's being looked at. Can you say something about these statements? Well, yeah. I mean, on the one hand, there is no right or wrong way to say this. But yes, you are right. To me, this sounds as two messages, so to speak. On the one hand, there isn't anyone. And on the other hand, it's saying what there is. And to me, the description is the personal experience. To me, it sounds as a description of an awareness experience, saying all there is awareness, and within awareness, something becomes aware, the character, the appearance, all of that stuff. So yeah, for me, this doesn't fit together too. Because to me, it's exactly this sense of being, which is the dreamed reality. There is only empty perception happening, is kind of neutral awareness or pure awareness. And this is the sense of presence. This is the sense of being. And as far as I would say, this is what drops. That's the seed of separation. It's a story, but in the story, that's the seed of separation, apparently. And in liberation, it's exactly that subtle, last, final sense of being which drops. And what's left is nothing and everything, but without anything being existing within it or around it or underneath it or above it. So yeah, to me, this doesn't fit together as well. But there is no answer to this. That's just what apparently happens. So it's neither right nor wrong, nor any of those things. Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, it's so easy in a way to conceptually turn this pure awareness into something without attributes. It's very easy to conceptually turn this one experience into oneness, into an idea of oneness. And I think many people, so to speak, many apparent people do that, or that happens for many apparent people. It's not really that someone is doing that. It's just describing their own experience. But reading those words, they look what I would describe as personal. That there is something beyond appearance or anything, was that something beyond words? Yeah. Of course, it's all beyond words, really. Now the character is an appearance that appears to something beyond words. Basically, that's the personal experience. It's awareness without a story. In that sense, it's right. The sense of presence, so to speak, the sense to be awareness, is not conceptual, it's experiential. It's an experience which is beyond concepts. That's why I would say the person, so to speak, is not an idea. The person is not an accumulation of stories. The person is a sense of presence, which in a way is beyond words, which in a way is beyond concepts, because it's an experience of pure presence that's energetic. But in the end, it's exactly that which turns out to be non-existent as well, so to speak, as everything else. Question. Is any experience of existence the proof of the separate existence? Well, indeed, not at all. That's the funny thing. But yeah, seen from the person, experiencing is the confirmation of I am, because I am is experiencing. You can't, those aren't two things. And seen from the person, that seems to confirm itself. I feel myself, I'm here, I am someone, of course, I'm feeling it, I'm experiencing myself, of course I am. But it's not actually confirming separation, it's confirming the illusion of separation, because it's only within that dreamed reality where this confirmation takes place. Nothing else does that. Nothing else in this whole apparent universe, so to speak, knows anything about there being a me or separation or experiencing going on. No one recognizes it even. It's only within the dream of self-awareness. Okay, question. So actually nothing is looking, but not in the sense that now there is nothing looking, as if nothing would be able to look. Yeah, exactly. Some people also say everything is looking. Yeah, I wouldn't say everything is looking, because as I say, that's basically the person's experience, to only be aware, to exist in awareness. And then conceptually, you just need 2 or 3 steps and you end up saying everything is awareness, which says everything is looking or something. But yes, nothing is looking. But exactly as you say, not that there is a mysterious nothing which is looking. No, there is no center. There is no process of awareness from here to outside. It doesn't happen. There is no recognition of me and a separate world. Question. Hello, Andreas. Maybe there is only a body awareness doing its thing without a separate me or a center. Yes, one could say so, yes. Apparently there's a function of awareness. So it seems as if this body is not unconscious, and if it's working and looking is happening and hearing and stuff, but there is no experience of being aware behind that, within that. So yes, there is a function of awareness, but no one has that and no one is aware of that. And it's not who I am. It's just like an arm or a stone or the table. It's just what apparently happens. But the person, so to speak, would experience itself as something which is aware inside here. That doesn't exist. But functioning is happening. Sometimes. But it's meaningless. That's the thing. The person assumes that something will be found in being aware, as if there is something to be gained in me being aware, which is the same thing as if there's something to be gained in me being alive. In me being present, there is something to gain from. In that sense, the function of awareness is just as empty as everything else. It's meaningless. It's what apparently happens, and it's whole and complete, but on the other hand, empty and meaningless. It's not special in that sense. Mhm. Question, but it's not the awareness that sees through and unmasks the illusion. Well, not really. Because that awareness, oh my God, now we have this awareness and that awareness. Well, no, that awareness is the person, so to speak, the one who tries to see anything, the one who tries to notice how it is, see through the illusion, find the truth and that stuff. In that sense, there is no real awareness. That's the thing. Liberation has nothing to do with being aware of something, being aware that there is no me, being aware that the me is an illusion or something like that.
That's reminded me of something that Jim said on a webinar recently, where like quite often I've said it and other people have said that, you know, you come on these things and there seems to be a lot of stuff going on and in your life, and then you come on these calls and people say, oh, or you turn up at Buckland Hall or one of the residentials and people quickly say, oh, I feel so much more peaceful now. And Jim said, you know, he kind of cut your legs off. He said, oh, you're using it like a therapy. And that's not what this is about. Now, and then what he didn't say, and I think what Tony might have said and you might say, is it's not bad that we use it like a therapy. It's just that that's not what this is about. You know, it's just what happens. But he, I was talking to Gary, he's not on the call today, but about this, and we were describing, we're both we try and put things into boxes, right? And it's like, you know, sometimes in your life you're going through things and it really is happening to me, and I really am at, you know, at calls in my life, and then you kind of, the next level is there's this sense of awareness and we, you know, that comes up so much in these calls about, you know, I'm being aware of yourself and being aware of getting some detachment, you know, and then there's all sorts of mini levels within that journey of detachment, which can get to the point where we can be quiet for 24 hours or, you know, sort of whatever, but it's another experience, it's a form of detachment. And then we seem to be talking about this point where there's no one there having that sense of detachment. There's just, whether, you know, the detachment is just part, whether you're detached or not detached doesn't matter. All of those things in the story is just part of everything. Yeah, I don't know why I said that really. It just, but it seemed to link to what you said, but I've forgotten what you said now already. It's gone. But yeah, I don't know. There wasn't even a question in there, was there? Let's see if I can make up a question. I have no question. Yes, I have. Is there anything you can say about that, Andreas? That's a fairly, yeah.
No.
Not really, no.
No, not really. It was, no, you said it all basically.
What about you, Mei Long? You know, you normally chip in on these things pretty well.
Yeah. What? Say again?
I was asking Mei Long if she had anything to add to that, because I've sort of got this, I've got this plan in my head that you and Mei Long should form a double act.
Yeah. So, Mei Long, you want to add anything?
Oh, I mean, to add anything, not really. I mean, this is totally really about nothing at all. I mean, it's not about any teaching, guiding, or going anywhere, to reach something. It is so totally fulfilled and totally unknown. Totally unknown. It's fulfilled at the same time, totally unknown.
Oh, yes.
And it is like it is so overwhelmingly ordinary. It's like wow. It's like each moment is wow, but it's not really each moment. It's just wordlessly wow.
Yeah.
For no one. Just come, no words to say, no words.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing for me when you say that is that I'm sitting here now kind of pleased that I had that moment with my aubergine and my garlic on Saturday, because now I kind of like, I seem to get better what you're talking about. But my story now is that, well, I've got a positive side to this, is, hey, something's happening, I'm on this journey now, you know. And then I've got this negative side to it saying, oh, Mei Long's like that all the time. Why can't I, what's she got that I haven't got, you know? Now, I know that's a story and I'm laughing about it and it's not, you know, but yeah, that's just what seems to be happening. So yeah, that's just what just seems to be happening.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Nothing really happens. What apparently happening is just empty. It's just empty of anything. That's why they say it's apparently happening. It is empty. Nothing really happens. Wow.
Okay. It just turned off my mic. Okay. Question. Thank you. Thanks to both. Question. Hi, Andreas. I think it is the person, the I am, that gives meaning to everything. Without the I am, everything is meaningless. Can I say that all those words here are totally meaningless because there is no one who gives meaning to them? No one knows what those words actually mean. No one understands them. In the end, it's just a bunch of letters without any meaning. A blah, blah, blah. Yes, absolutely. Totally. It's not, there is no purpose in that. It's not purposely blah, 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 but it's totally empty, of course. There is no meaning to anything. Everything is itself and empty naturally. Yes, and the meaning, so to speak, that it means something for me, that this maybe has a message for me, or the world has a message for me. In a way, the person has the impression that the whole world speaks to it, at least that's the hope, that this means something, where I am, what I'm at, and including those words. But yes, everything is meaningless. The person, or as you say, the other way around, it would be just the person assuming meaning in things. But it's part of the dream. There is no meaning. And those words also mean nothing. UG would say, I'm just a dog barking. That's what we are. We are just humans barking. Like a foreign language, which actually no one is speaking and understanding? Well, it just doesn't need understanding. That's the thing. The person thinks that it understands and that it can understand the words or understand life or understand all kinds of things. But there just isn't anyone, and there is no real understanding. And yes, sometimes I think the person has the impression that this is some very abstract talking or foreign language even. There are people, not me, but not me, but there are people who turn this into the highest teaching, which is so high, I can't get it and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's just because it's empty. It may seem like that just because nothing is being said. Because there is nothing to get in those words. But the person is so convinced that there must be something in the words. There must be something in life. There must be something in the manifestation, so to speak. It's so convinced that it can't access emptiness, so to speak. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say, because it's so convinced that there has to be something in there. And by not getting anything, it has to push it away and say it's theory or abstract or high wisdom or whatever. It's none of that. It's just empty. Keep my long rights. Yet those words carry some kind of energy, apparently in the story, of course. Yeah, well, or one could say they are exactly not carrying
Oh yes, yes,
a personal energy.
yes, exactly. I mean, that's why somehow just there's attraction to this.
Well,
Yes,
one could say so, yes.
yes, exactly what you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, because when there's a person, there is the attempt to transmit something, to have a message, to when there is a person, the attempt is to bring something from here to there. And of course, when there is no one, this whole energetic setup collapsed in a way. And that may feel different, but not really because it's transporting something, actually because nothing is transported.
yes, yes.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm thinking about what you said, Ian, about using this as therapy. Um, I could say that I'm doing that, but it's not like therapy as it goes with a therapist. It's more of a, like whenever I sit in front of you or with Tony, it's like the whole needing to go somewhere, understanding things and getting anything just collapses. That's very relaxing.
Yeah.
So I would say that's the main reason I do this. It's because I just, I for a moment, I don't have to be or to go anywhere. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can't really get there on my own. Of course, I do go there on my own without noticing, but when I sit in front of you, it's happening in a way that I can recognize it.
Yeah.
So I would say that's, and also I've harder, it's getting harder and harder to hear what you're saying. It's more like blah, 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 blah. And that's, I don't want to offend you, but it's really,
Oh, that's basically what I'm saying. So
yeah, so it's not, nothing is sticky. And
yeah.
I'm so amazed with all your questions, because I couldn't come up with one, because I don't know what is like, it's like you're talking algebra, and I don't understand the how, I can't describe it. I don't understand the purpose of making algebra. I don't understand. It's like it all dissolves in a way.
Absolutely.
So it's hard to hear you, and I realized you're saying a lot of intelligent things, but I can't hear you.
At least that impression is still there.
Yeah, it is. So it's good. Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know if it's therapy, but it's therapeutic in a way, or it's like the best word I know, I really love to hear, is this hopelessness, meaninglessness. That's really great words in my, those words I can hear, but the rest I have a hard time putting together. So I don't know if it's I'm getting ignorant or whatever.
Well, no, to me it's, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, keep on. Just I'd love to hear what you get out of this.
Yeah, well, just two things. Well, of course, this can't be understood, and it's not just some spiritual speak that it's empty or that nothing is said. No, there is no message. Nothing is said. I don't suggest to listen, so to speak, but it's just empty sounds, if you want. So in the end, it's not even sounds, but oh yeah, of course, there's absolutely nothing in there. There is no need to be there with one's attention, because one's attention is the dream. The person is always sitting here and listening. Oh, what is he saying? What does this mean? What is this? Yeah, understand. But that's a dream. It's not needed. So of course, there's nothing being said here. It's empty words. And yes, seen from the person, so to speak, this can seem ignorant, or I don't even follow anymore. But oh yeah, of course, there is no one. Don't follow anything. There is nothing to find. Sorry, this may have sounded as a suggestion. There's nothing to be found. There's no need to follow anything with one's attention. One's attention doesn't exist anyway. So that's fine. Don't listen to me. Why would you do that?
Sure. No, it's in a sense that I'm getting really stupid here, and that's very relaxing.
That's utterly relaxing. Yes, that's what's happening here too. It's just happening. These words are happening. There is no effort in them. There is no one doing them, and there is no one giving them meaning or truth or reality. For the person, it's already a fight to try to tell the truth, so to speak. But there is no such thing. And words just happen naturally or not. They do or they don't, but neither way, something is being said. So it really. And me too. I don't know these things. It's not coming from knowledge. So I wouldn't even regard it as intelligent. It's empty. It's not even intelligent. It's just wholeness as that. I don't know that. That's the thing. When I started doing the talks, I sometimes thought about having a little speech in the beginning or something, but I couldn't get together 2 sentences in my head. There's nothing stored. There is no, this isn't known completely. So it's as empty, it's as empty here as it's there. No knowledge. And the therapy thing, just 2 or 3 sentences to that. I mean, it's not wrong. It's absolutely not wrong. But of course, what happens for the person is that suddenly the person might end up with some story, which it does anyway. Like, oh yeah, if I do that, this is like that, and this supports me or helps me or stuff like that, which is all right. That was all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I could get that though.
Yeah, that was. That's all right. Okay, Sergey writes. Oh, sorry, someone else wrote. The key word. The key word is no effort. It happens. Well, yes, but no effort, of course, cannot be done. But no effort is the natural reality. Nothing takes any effort to be anything else than it is or to do anything. Everything is effortlessly itself. But again, seen from the person, I mean, there are many spiritual traditions which try to achieve some effortless state or something. And in order to achieve that, you need to do a lot of effort, for example. In that sense, it's not really a key word because it can't be used. It's not pointing into a direction that you should become effortless or anyone should become effortless. Effort is just a dream. There is no effort already. This exactly as it is effortlessly itself. There's no effort in that. Nothing here is trying to do or to be anything else than it is. Okay, question. Isn't it only the I am that apparently holds on to something, that is attached to something? If the I am is an illusion, then there is no clinging to anything. Since this has also to be valid for information, then there are no real memories stored in some mysterious subconsciousness. Informations just appear, memories just appear. Nobody has memories stored within. They are basically made up in the moment, apparently. Well, yeah, one could say so. Actually, brain scientists are finding that out, really, that every memory is created in the moment. The brain creates them new. They are not stored anywhere, but that's within the story. So yes, so it's not just that memories appear and stuff. Memories are what apparently happens. Timelessly, spacelessly, unknowingly. Yes. Yeah. Nothing is real at all. It would just be the person, so to speak, with ads, the impression of things being real, starting with itself, saying, I'm real. Nothing is real. And nothing happens. In that sense, also, nothing appears. There is no process of appearing from anything. When you say there's no experience, I guess I imagine a me having no experience, and that's scary. Oh yeah, that's hell. Just me and nothing going on. Like unable to see or think while still being aware. That's how I remember deep sleep to be, but I guess it's not like that. Well, yes, of course. So the person, so to speak, always lives in duality. And hell would be if there's just me without anything to relate to, of course. But yeah, no experience means no me. And the person would just say no content of experience. Me without fun, basically. Me without things that can distract me from being separate. Yes, that's hell. But there is no experience means that there is no experiencer also. Which for the person also doesn't really sound nice, but at least it can't imagine it. So is it nice? Well, who would know that? Which it? What are you referring to? You know, is it nice? Which it? There is no it. The natural reality, the state that I'm in. So in order to ask if it is nice or not, we just need an it. Yes, no me. Is no me nice? So, and yes, there is no answer to this because it's not a state of no me. It's not another kind of reality that is being known. There is no it, which is nice or not nice. There just is no me. That's why there's no it. That's the thing. In the end, it's not just known what this is. In the end, there isn't even known if it is. So even the question, well, is there sitting in front of a screen? Is there a Zoom talk going on? Unanswered, remains unanswered. There is nothing there which could even process real and unreal. Is this existing? Empty, no answer. Question, so I can never comprehend what it'll be like. Oh, yes, of course. Comprehending what it is like is the dream. What is, how it is incomprehensible. Always, all the time. Comprehension is dreamt, always, so to speak. Okay, question. I translate your message as follows. Nobody exists, but nobody knows or can know it. Well, it's not even a translation. That's basically exactly what I say. And now you're out anyway now, my long rides. No me, no hell, no paradise. Just wow. Oh yes, absolutely. maybe one could say apparently there even can be heaven or hell, but fortunately there's no one in there. That's a tough one question. So in this message, I don't find any reason to pursue this, but why is it that I still end up here wanting to listen to you? Well, I don't know. What is it? Bad luck? Or or luck maybe? No, it's just what apparently happens. There is no, we can invent stories, because it's freeing, so to speak, to not being spoken at, to not being taught or anything. That's freedom, one could say. What this apparently does is pointing to freedom. But that's a story in the end, because it's not pointing to freedom for anyone. It's not for you. There is no real reason why you, so to speak, listen to this. It's just what apparently happens. And apparently it does what it does, but no one knows anything about that. But but of course, that's what seems to be happening, which is wholeness already, not for anything. It's constantly saying, this is it. This is wholeness. There's nothing to be found. There is no drama going on. There is no you. That's freedom. Not finding a reason is freedom. There not being a reason is freedom. But as I said, not for anyone. No me is freedom. Yes, one could say so. That's why this is a good message, saying there is no me. Saying that me is a dream means that there just is no such thing. It does not exist. In that sense, all there is freedom. That sounds a bit, freedom. Everything is free to be what it is already. There's nothing there which limits or restricts anything. That's the freedom. It's not another absolute level or an absolute reality behind sitting in front of a screen. Sitting in front of a screen is absolutely free to be exactly itself. There is nothing which is not free in that sense. It's not a goal. No me is not a goal. It's not the answer to being me. It's not the opposite state. It's not that there's a real state of presence, and the answer to this state of presence is becoming absent. That would be another dream, because what's being said here is that this presence is assumed. This presence doesn't have any reality. It's not present at all, so to speak. That's why it will never be answered. That's why there is nothing which will become absent. It's not real in the first place. That's why there is no teaching. That's why there is no step to take. Okay, the reason I still suffer from my past is that it's too real for me. Even though I believe what you're saying, I can't seem to get rid of my baggage. Oh, well, the thing is that there is no I carrying the baggage. You may think freedom is when you get rid of the baggage, but I is the baggage. The rest is just what apparently happens. That's the fight. Get rid of the baggage, so to speak. Question: does the me consist of thoughts, feeling, cravings, etc., or are those things part of the personality? Or is the me only the sense of presence? Well, there is no clear answer to that, because all of that just would be what apparently happens anyway. But in the story, one could say the me is a sense of presence. But out of that, there seem to be a lot of thoughts and feelings and cravings that seem to come out of this sense of being someone, and that somehow circle around this sense of me, analyzing the story, thinking a lot about guilt. What could I do? What would have been better? Trying to overcome this felt sense of separation, this felt sense of this isn't it, and the feelings that come out of the search, the attempt to become one and not making it. So these somehow belong together. But one could say the basis apparently is the sense to be present. But you can't really separate it because it's just one artificial reality. To be me means to experience oneself, to live in stories, to make up stories, to have feelings around being me. Am I happy? Am I unhappy? Will I be enlightened soon? I will never get it. And the feelings that happen around those stories. So when the person drops, they drop with it. But on the other hand, it's unpredictable what survives, so to speak, what's part of the personality, the conditioning, stuff like that, because that just apparently goes on. And you can't really know it before. It's rather a surprise, so to speak. When the person dies, it'll be surprising what goes with it and what remains. Question. So the me is basically what some people refer to as pure consciousness. Yes, exactly. One could say, it's in the story, but one could say that's the subtle, it's the subtlest form of me, so to speak. A sense of presence, which is conscious about it being existent. Pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure being, pure I am, so to speak. Yeah, it's already an experienced reality, somehow claiming to be something that is. It's not real and unreal anymore. And out of that immediately comes some story of separation. You end up saying, very quickly, you end up saying things like, all there is pure consciousness, everything else is illusion, or everything else is only appearance and stuff. Pretty quickly, you end up in a dual setup by just claiming one thing. What there is pure consciousness. By claiming you are one thing, usually the second is around. Yes. But that's why, sorry, I end soon. That's why this is the end of any spiritual teaching. I am. The person inquiring into what is real, it ends up just being itself, saying, well, I am. And that's where spirituality ends. That's self-realization, overlooking that this self is dreamt, overlooking that this self isn't real. But in the story, one could call it self-realization. It's the person, the me, realizing, oh, well, actually, I'm pure awareness. As I said, overlooking that this whole reality of experiencing, of being aware, isn't real, doesn't have any substance. Okay, a last short question. Oh, it's a comment. This message seems very uncaring at times. Laugh out loud. Now hope. Oh yeah, it doesn't care at all because it's wholeness. Everything is wholeness. So wholeness doesn't need to care about anything. Whatever happens, it's itself anyway. All right, this is it. All there is wholeness. All there is what apparently happens. They are the same no thing. There is no message. There's no suggestion. There isn't anyone separate. There's nothing to be found. It's this. It's just this. Naturally, ordinarily, for no one. Unachievable, ungettable, unknowable, but nothing has been lost. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Andreas.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you. Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you.
Bye.